Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now on a prototypical rainy northwestern afternoon. And off we go from Seattle. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Brown. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So it's almost trying to spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
3 and out, real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Brown. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Charvarius Ward. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
He's got it to the 43 here.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Seahawks had 8-3 now. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's got his man, Thornton. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyquan Thornton with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward. But they kick it here, and it's good. kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
the receiver still gets a point there? Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Looking to throw on second down. Brown. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They go play action here on first down. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
On the counter, it's Walker. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Sticking with Walker on second down. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover across territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double. The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number two, maybe they actually have the lead.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane. And
I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. That pass caught, it's Williams. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jamison Williams, 40 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of the play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The play after is up and good. And they need to score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's Brown to throw on 2nd down. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. send someone else, drop someone else out of the line, the old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Brown. He'll get this out to Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
But it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. It's a quarterback sneak. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Operating from the gun. Brown toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Back to throw. Finding Walker, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he gets this to Thornton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
I think the second half time can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough, and that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
Fielded just inside the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they can still come away with points here in the late going. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in this second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Now Brown throwing to start the drive. That is caught. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brown. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Taking it about the 1. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. There he goes, left side. 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Seahawks. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point open through by Myers. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the second half with Kamara. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know they're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Kamara gets it again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit.
They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's Williams on the catch.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Brown. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Now Brown, he lost the football. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
Taken down at the 42.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
He'll look to throw. And Walker has it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle, a 2nd and 10 now. Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
Throw out wide to Walker. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building their lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Brown looking to throw on 2nd down. Olave holds it in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Brown. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Brown.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll look to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Keanu Neal. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Looking to throw. Brown. That is caught. It's Uzama. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. First target, first catch, and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Operating from the gun. Brown. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Jonathan Allen able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for the loss of a yard. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect their brother back there.
Yeah, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got a man, complete. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Brown. He's got his target. It's Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Brown. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance. In the end zone, but could not hang on.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that run, it presses to throw the football, I think.
And typically what would you want to do against that dime? You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll look to throw. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Okay, ready?
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th.
Can't we score?
Will Watts to kick off for New Orleans.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Let's go.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Ready. Practice 6. Going red. On the ball.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy,
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now not only did you not get it and you really had no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. There goes a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're gone.
And we saw the result, negative yardage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Kamara up the middle, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. This has neither the distance nor the accuracy. It's no good, and we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw.
He's got this complete to Williams.
Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.